Welcome to Learning Easier. Today we're going to learn how to write the radical form of a number. Radical of a number. The radical of a number is same as the root of a number. Radical of a number may be square root, cube root, up to the nth root. So it can be any number. Example, square root of 243 is equal to the square root of 81 times 3, which is equal to the square root of 81 times the square root of 3. Since the square root of 3 is going to be a decimal number, we're going to find the square root of 81, which is 9. So the square root of 243 is equal to 9 square root of 3. Cube root of 54 is equal to the cube root of 27 times 2, which is equal to 3 cube root of 2. Radical notation. Cube root of 64. The 3 here, which says that we're finding the cube root of 64. The 3 is called the index. Any number there is called the index. That is the radical symbol. The number inside the radical symbol is the radicand. The cube root of 64 itself entirely is radical. Square root. The square root of a number is the inverse of squaring a number. Example, square root of x is equal to x to the 1/2 power. If there isn't a 2 or any number there, it means it's the square root because we already know that it's going to be the square root, unless if it's a number there like 3, 4, and it's going to be like cube root of x. Parenthesis, square root of y, parenthesis to the power 2 is going to be equal to y. Squaring numbers. A squaring number is a number multiplied by itself. Square number is an integer that is the square of an integer. A squared is equal to a multiplied by a. Example, 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. Write radical form of a number. The square root of 300. Since 300 is a big number, what we'll do is write out all of 300 factors, mostly all of them. So 3 times 100 is 300. 100 is a square number, a perfect square number. 2 times 150 is equal to 300. 4 times 75 is equal to 300. 4 is a perfect square. 6 times 50 is equal to a 300. 5 times 60 is equal to 300. So when we're writing the simplified version of a square number, we usually find the highest perfect square number out of all the factors that I just listed. 104 are the perfect squares, but the highest one is 100. So we're going to use 103 to simplify the square root of 300, sorry. The square root of 300 is equal to square root of 3 times 100, which is equal to square root of 3 times square root of 100, which is equal to, since we can't find the square root of 3, we can find the square root of 100, which is equal to 10. So the answer is 10 square root of 3. Even if 4 times 75 could work, it's not the highest. And they could mark it wrong. So always choose the highest perfect square as a factor if you are simplifying radicals. Square root of 50. The factors of 50 are 2 times 25, which is equal to 50, 5 times 10, which is equal to 50. You know that 25 is a perfect square, so we're going to use 25 times 2 to simplify the square root of 50. Square root of 25 times 2 is equal to square root of 25 times square root of 2, which is equal to 5 square root of 2. So the square root of 50 is simplified to 5 square root of 2. Here we have the cube root of 16. So the factors of 16 are 2 times 8, which is equal to 16, and 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. We are not looking for perfect squares now, we're looking for perfect cubes. I know that 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, so 8 is a perfect square. So we're going to use 8 and 2 to simplify the square root of 16, meaning the cube root. It's sometimes confusing, but always look at the index. Cube root of 16 is equal to cube root of 8 times 2, which is equal to the cube root of 8 times cube root of 2, which is equal to 2 cube root of 2. If there's like no multiplication, no division, no adding, subtracting symbol between numbers, it automatically means like we're multiplying them, like since 2 cube root of 2. It means we're multiplying them, okay? Cube root of 40. I know that 8 from the last problem is also 40's factors, and I know that 8 is the highest number to simplify 40. Cube root of 40 is equal to the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 5, which is equal to 2 cube root of 5. Cube root of 250. Cube root of 250 is equal to cube root of 2 times the cube root 125. Since we can't simplify the cube root of 2, we can simplify the cube root of 125. I know that 5 times 5 times 5 is equal to 125. So the answer is 5 cube root of 2. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video with your friends and family. Write your comments in the comment box below. Subscribing, click the bell button. Follow Learning Easier on Instagram.